up, YouTubers? This is your boy Cartoon, and I'm here today to bring another Bleach Brave Souls video. I'm going to be doing the 6-star 100% character analysis on none other than O Ningen to Shinigami wa Horota da Kurosaki Ichigo. That's right, I'm going to be doing the 6-star 100% character analysis on the human and Shinigami turned hollow, Ichigo Kurosaki. So without further ado, let's get into the Vasto Lorde. Alright, looking at his stats, they're pretty clean. They all look very nice, vibrant, and I see no weaknesses on it. All strong. Alright, so let's get into this. His stamina is 740. This contests with most 6 stars. Not an outstanding or phenomenal stamina, but this is a thing that we can increase very easily with accessories and links apparently now, so it's not so bad. It's actually a really good stamina. Attack, 606. This is a fantastic attack because it stands to be one of the highest attacks in the game. One of them. Defense 279. This was a big issue with his 5-star version. It was at 245 and now it's raised up a considerable amount, and defense is a little bit more viable in PvP, so this actually adds another dimension to him to some degree. Focus 265. This is above the average. This is one of the higher focuses, and it's really good because we do want crits since he has that high attack and a NAD soul trait to boot, so that's actually really great. And his SP is 546. He is not slacking there either. This is actually a very decent SP, and it means that we're going to see meteor strong attack damage from this character. That is really great. Alright, so let's get into his soul tree and see his attainable upgrades. Alright, so looking at his attainable upgrades, you'll notice that he has 6 of them. They do block his path, unfortunately, so we'll just go over these. Alright? Adrenaline. This increases his normal attack speed. This is a really crazy increase because of the fact that he already had a very fast attack string to begin with. So this makes him even faster than most people, and I think he is the fastest string in the game from first to last hit. Next, Bruiser. This increases his normal attack damage. So again, he has another NAD buff, which is absolutely fantastic from his link to this. And once again, another NAD booster. Next, Sprinter. This is another attainable upgrade that most characters get. Only Mayuri, Hachigen, and the Kennys do not get this buff, but this character is no exception to that rule. Next, Berserker. This increases his strong attack damage. Very surprising because I wasn't expecting them to augment his strong attack damage, but this is pretty good. Next, Devastation. Increases special move damage. He had the weaker end of the special augmentation, just like Ulquiorra, so I'm not really a fan of this. It's whatever. And lastly, Long Reach. This increases his normal attack range. So his normal attack range, speed, and power all went up, and this character is looking fantastic with all these attainable upgrades. I feel like he really has no wasted attainable upgrades, and that is fantastic, aside from that Devastation at least. But either way, that's what I feel about him, and hopefully we can see some really promising results from this character. He's already looking really good, but I'm not going to ramble on. So without further ado, guys, please enjoy the clips. Running a sad build. Soy Phone Raid, sad build, full boosterinos, you know how we do. Let's get it poppin'. Sad build. Well, alright. So, since we're running a sad build, let's test out those cooldowns. First strong attack, 16 seconds. Second strong attack, 16 seconds. And final strong attack, 24 seconds. So these are actually very odd cooldown times. They still go by the intervals of 8, except the first strong attack is 16 seconds for its cooldown because it is a vortex. So vortexes always have to be 16 seconds, no exceptions to the rule with K-Lab apparently. So let's get into this. Alright, so he does okay NAD damage, which is okay. And okay, that vortex actually killed out a lot of entry-level mobs, which is pretty good. It does up to 10 hits. So that's something to note. The second strong attack does 4 hits, and the final strong attack does 4 hits as well. So they actually provide pretty decent damage, and just the strong attacks alone are actually working out pretty well with the sad build. I'm not noticing a lot of damage, but somewhere around the 4K mark is pretty good if you don't have Frenzy, and this character does not. And also, his strong attacks, two of them are definitely guard breaks for melee guard breaks, which is fantastic. Because, I hate pesky melee guard breaks. They're so annoying. The blue attack, which is the third strong, it actually doesn't have a melee guard break. It is a ranged guard break. I don't know why you would need one, but Caleb said he needs one. Why not? Right? And his NAD is actually, I always want to go back to his NAD because it's actually really helpful. It still does a decent amount of damage. Most people would only do somewhere around 700 in this case, but this character is still pumping out those, 1,000 hits. A sad build is actually a really viable build. Sad. Okay, gonna showcase the special. No tension tie, of course. Okay, well, it does decent damage. Running a SAR build. Soy Phone Raid, SAR build, full boosterinos. You know how we do. Let's get it poppin'. SAR. Well, alright. So, since we're running a SAR build, we're going to test out those recharge times. So, first strong attack, it's 10.5 seconds, 11 seconds. Second strong attack, 11 seconds again. And final strong attack, 16 seconds. SAR builds seem impractical here because now we don't even have a go-to strong attack. We have to go with a tier 2 cooldown, which is going to stink. But, since we're supposed to be using strong attacks more frequently, perhaps we might have a faster clear time. Who knows? I don't know. I kind of like the strong attack one because it was like every time I used the strong attack, I was definitely, giving them some war stories. But now it does decent damage. I'm doing pretty decent damage. I can't even get upset about it. That Berserker really shines through on this character because most characters do not produce this much damage to knock out entry-level mobs with one strong attack, even with just a SAR build. And wow, he cleans up the field a lot faster than a strong attack damage build. I'm impressed. SAR build running a NAD build. Soy Phone Raid, NAD build, full boosterinos. You know how we do. Let's get it poppin'. NAD build. Well, alright. So, since we're running a NAD build, let us test out that string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he has a 4-hit attack string. It's kind of a no-nonsense string. He's just gonna, go in there and just pummel enemies with that NAD. Oh, wow. It's sweet. It is sweet. To do upwards of 3k damage on mobs that he is neutral against is fantastic because that means that he's going to be doing a lot more damage when his killers and attribute advantages are utilized. This character does, and with like most characters that use NAD, he gets rid of things very fast. The thing is, he has one of the fastest strings in the game, so it actually doesn't even give them a chance sometimes to even launch a preemptive strike when you even start conducting your string. And this is one of the only characters that I've seen like really finish his string very often. And quick work of all mobs, neutral, NAD build. It's just no brainer. Come on. Well, there you have it. That's my 6-star 100% character analysis on Full Hollow Ichigo. In the end, you find that this character works particularly well with a NAD build as it gets the top score. A SAR build gets the secondary score, and the final score goes to a SAD build. And the breakdown for this is fairly simple. When it comes down to a NAD build, why go against the grain? It's a no-brainer. Caleb has given us 3 different augmentations to this character's normal attacks, which is in range, power, and speed. And he's also a normal attack damage soul trait to boot. So when you look at all 3 of these things, it's capitalizing on his normal attacks and also his attack power is probably the best way to go with this character. He will make completing any and all raids with this build very quick and efficient. I can say that much. When it comes down to a SAR build, this is actually a pretty impressive build for this character. I didn't really expect that he'd actually have really good clear times, but when you capitalize on his strong attacks and working in conjunction with your normal attacks in terms of recharge, it actually is a really good, comfortable playstyle, and it's pretty safe. It's a lot safer than the NAD build, but the NAD build is just getting rid of things. And when it comes down to a SAD build, I'm surprised again. It can actually knock out entry-level mobs. It can one-shot entry-level mobs without any problems. You really see that Berserker shine through and through when it comes down to the SAR and the SAD build, and it actually produces a pretty decent clear time and proves itself to be a pretty viable build. If that's why it gets an above average score. Well, at least both of them. In co-op, I probably would go Sad or Sar with this character, and I might mix match, for co-op purposes. But other than that, I'm gonna go Nat all the way. So if I had to rate this character, I have to say that he is a fantastic character that gets an A. I'm not going to give him an A plus because in terms of utility, he's good in solo raids. Like if you did any solo quest, he's great in any and all raids because he is an orange character. So that makes him really that puts his utility up there. But when it comes down to co-ops, he's pretty squishy. So he dies very fast. His durability is not there, it's non-existent. So if you decided to go into a co-op raid, you must be very wary. Always be very cautious of the lags and the trip ups, and kind of keep your distance and use your strong attacks to your advantage to kind of stagger mobs on your screen. But it is really iffy using him in co-op from what I've noticed, and I'm a pretty okay player and I have a little bit of trouble using him. So I don't really recommend him very much for co-op, but you can use him if you wanted to. But outside of just solo PvE, I don't find any utility with this character. I don't find too much different things that he can do. Like even in PvP, he's proven himself to get knocked out quite easily. You need a lot of resources to actually make him pretty viable in PvP. And that's really sad because I thought that this character, if he would have had a poise or something, it would have added to his dimension. But that doesn't take away the fact that this character can grind any and all raids, and he's literally a PvE god if you're planning to use him and you love Vasto. So that's why he gets the A. So if you have him in your roster, I recommend you level him up all the way up. He's a blast to use and he can get everything done that you need. Alright, but that's just my analysis. You're more than welcome to make up your own opinions on this matter because that's what this is about. But either way, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, I'll be bringing you more Bleach Brave Souls content throughout the week. I'm your boy Scartoon, and I'm signing out of here. Dude, chill. Productions!